Chains of habit are too light to be felt until they're too heavy to break. First, we shape them, and then they shape us. Fascinating, isn't it? I always loved Coke, she said. What? The room froze, her words hanging like a storm cloud. Somewhere, someone smirked in the shadows, knowing his plan had worked flawlessly. But what if the truth wasn't what it seemed?
Is this week? Is it hard work?
Yeah, it's hard work.
Will you be on the catwalk?
Yeah, of course.
We'll work.
Are you going to work? Crazy,
I've got a sort of the house.
Kate Moss, a name that, in the 80s and 90s, was a legend. She was the supermodel. At just 14 years old, Kate was discovered at JFK Airport, and from that moment, her life was anything but ordinary. Standing at only 5'7" in a world that worshipped tall, striking models, Kate was the odd one out. But she changed the game. She became the face of the heroin chic. Look, gritty, edgy, and unapologetically raw. Fashion adored her. The camera loved her. And the world couldn't get enough of Kate Moss. By the 90s, she was a cultural icon. Designers fought over her. Brands lined up for her. And tabloids chased her as their lives depended on it. And if you thought her career was impressive, her personal life was even more fascinating. You see, Kate Moss wasn't just living, she was thriving in the fast lane. And that's where Johnny Depp came in. Johnny Depp, Hollywood's golden boy.
Good morning!
Well, it's a golden opportunity. Hey.
It's good to see you this morning.
Good night, mate. Do you like a pillow?
Hey.
Good to meet you,
I
mate.
think I got one.
Yeah, you're right.
They met in 1994, and it was instant fireworks. They were the ultimate it couple. Kate and Johnny were spotted everywhere. Red carpets, glamorous parties, exclusive events. They were young, beautiful, and madly in love. Or so it seemed. But their love story wasn't a fairy tale. It was a passionate, intense, and, at times, sensitive. They fought hard, loved harder, and lived like every moment was their last. But as they say, the brighter the flame, the faster it burns out. By 1997, it was over. The breakup hit Kate like a loaded train. She was heartbroken, lost, and frankly spiraling. To make things worse, she was already living in a world where champagne flowed like water, and the party never stopped. The heartbreak pushed her deeper into the dark side of that world. By 2005, the cracks in her perfect image couldn't be hidden anymore. Cocaine Kate, a new name given to her. It was the photograph that shook the world. There she was, a fashion icon, caught on camera next to lines of white powder. The media had a field day. The scandal was everywhere, and brands like Chanel, Burberry, and H&M of them dropped her faster than you could blink. It wasn't just her career taking a hit. Kate herself was crumbling under the pressure. She checked herself into the Priory, a rehab center in London known for catering to celebrities. The breakup with Johnny, the public shaming, the relentless scrutiny. It was all too much. But Kate Moss wasn't just a victim of her circumstances. She wasn't always the wild, hard-partying tabloid queen the world painted her to be. So what changed? What really happened to the girl who once ruled the runway? Who had the world at her feet? Was it the fame, the heartbreak, or was it something else entirely? Something hidden in plain sight, waiting to be uncovered. 1999, the year everything seemed to blur for Kate Moss. It was Paul Rowland's 40th birthday party in New York City, a night dripping with glamour, fame, and indulgence. Everyone who was anyone was there. Top models, Hollywood stars, and music icons all under one roof. But one name stood out. Sean Diddy Combs, the man who had carried himself like a king, with a name bigger than life itself. Kate wasn't unfamiliar with Diddy. They weren't strangers exchanging polite nods from across the room. They were friends. Or at least, that's what it looked like. That night, they seemed close. Too close. The party was held at Victor's Cafe, a Cuban hotspot in Midtown Manhattan, buzzing with energy and chaos. Drinks flowed like waterfalls, and the music? Deafening. Somewhere amidst the whirlwind of noise, there was Kate Moss, the party queen herself, freshly heartbroken from her split with Johnny Depp, was trying to do what most people would: move on, let go, dance her heartbreak away. But something about this night felt differently, unsettling. Diddy, even the charmer, had his arm casually wrapped around Kate's neck, leaning in as if the entire world didn't exist. It was bold, almost possessive, but it wasn't his arm that got the eye of onlookers. It was his other hand, clutching something small, something white, a pill. A white pill? Drugs? Was it what we thought it was? And the bigger question, did Kate even notice? Did she even know what was happening around her? Could this have been the moment it all began? The spiral, the addiction, the unraveling of a supermodel's life. Later that night, the dance floor came alive with chaos. And there was Kate in the middle of it all, dancing, swaying, her movements just a little too loose, gyrating, her steps a little too unsteady. It didn't look like joy, it looked like escape. Her eyes, once sharp and full of life, seemed distant, detached. Was she out of control? Out of consciousness? That same year, the world watched as Kate and Diddy appeared on the cover of Vogue together, radiating chemistry and confidence. But behind the polished smiles and designer clothes, something seemed off. Their friendship was personal, very personal. Diddy called those nights with Kate surreal. Paris, fashion shows, champagne at the Eiffel Tower with Kate and Naomi Campbell. He painted the picture of a dreamy, carefree life. But what kind of party are we talking about here? Champagne under the Eiffel Tower might sound romantic, even magical. But knowing their reputations, was it just champagne? Or something more? And then, there was her infamous statement in 2022 when promoting Diet Coke. Well, I've always loved Coke. She said it with a wink, laughing off her past reputation like it was nothing more than a punchline.
Hey, just up here, darling. That's yours.
It was a reminder of what the world had seen in 2005, Cocaine Kate, splashed across every tabloid, her name dragged through scandal after scandal. And Diddy? He was there through those blurry years, lurking in the background, always part of the story but never the focus. Their connection seemed odd, almost too convenient.
Back outside, boys, toting 70 on the strip, I'm ready to die.
Sean Combs is a monster.
September 2024, a date that would go down in history, but not for any reason anyone could have anticipated. It was the day Sean Diddy Combs, once a music mogul with the world at its feet, found himself behind bars. Over 120 people waiting for justice. But the real question many are asking is, was Kate Moss one of those victims? Had she been unknowingly swept into the terrifying web of Diddy's world of and power? In the wake of his arrest, whispers began swirling. Then came the photos, the night of the party, the one that everyone talked about. But this time, These weren't just glamorous, smile-filled shots from a designer photo shoot. This was something different. The image that surfaced sent shockwaves through the internet. It was a moment that seemed to reveal the hidden truth. The photo of Diddy holding the small pill. The internet's reaction was swift and unforgiving. Suddenly, this forgotten relic from the past was being revived, and the world couldn't stop talking about it. How had this image gone unnoticed for so long? What had it really captured? The timing couldn't have been more critical. Allegations of Diddy and assaulting men and women were now coming to light, and this photo, once a mere relic of a bygone party, now felt like a piece of a much larger puzzle. The truth seemed difficult to catch. According to some, Diddy had always had a profound contempt for both men and women, using his wealth and power to manipulate and blackmail his victims into silence. Allegedly, after each assault, he would use his power to ensure they stayed quiet, threatening them with the crushing weight of his influence. Some believed the truth was clear. This was a long overdue opportunity for the victims to finally take control of the narrative and to stop living in fear of Diddy's empire. But even as the allegations came to light, Kate Moss had remained silent. Silent on the issue of Diddy, silent about the accusations, and silent about the resurfaced photo that now threatened to drag her name back into the mess she had fought so hard to escape. Diddy's representatives, however, were quick to deny everything. They rejected the accusations, calling them full of lies. They promised to disprove every claim, to seek retribution against the lawyers who dared to bring such fictional allegations to the table. But the photo was harder to ignore. As for Kate Moss, her silence spoke volumes. Despite the resurfacing of the photograph, there was no indication that she had ever been involved in Diddy's alleged crimes. While the photo was authentic, it was impossible to confirm exactly what the object in Diddy's hand really was. But what we do know is that Kate had never come forward to claim any involvement in Diddy's transgressions. As of now, there's no verified evidence that the object was indeed a drug, nor that it was used with any malicious intent. So, the claim remains unproven. Since then, Kate has distanced herself from that chaotic period of her life. She's embraced a quieter, more stable lifestyle, leaving behind the world unpredictable days that once defined her. But the resurfaced photo, along with the dark revelations surrounding Diddy, has pulled her back into the conversation, forcing her to confront her past in ways she likely never wanted to. Kate's representatives have declined to comment. She's been open about her struggles in the past, the rehab stints, the fallout from her Cocaine Kate scandal, but she's worked hard to rebuild her image and move forward. But what do you think? What's true and what's false? Will Kate Moss ever speak out about her past with Diddy? Let us know in the comment section below. Don't forget to check out more Diddy stories, and make sure to subscribe to the channel for more updates.